Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Yesterday, Nintendo decided to drop a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase Mini, and it was about 25 minutes, which is actually a pretty long time for a mini Direct. However, Nintendo came out swinging because it was actually a pretty good Direct. Even if it was mostly third-party titles, it was really good. And it's exactly those titles we're going to talk about. Now, like my Xbox presentation impressions, we're going to go over the games that I'm personally interested in. So you might see some omissions, especially at the beginning when I skip over Monster Hunter. With that said, let's go ahead and get into Nier Automata because, whoa, I did not expect, I want to say this was leaked about 24 hours before this Direct, so I kind of saw this coming, but at the same time, wow, am I still shocked that Nier Automata is actually running natively on the Switch. That's crazy because I've actually played Nier Automata. I didn't finish it. I haven't quite finished it yet. It's not my favorite game, but I do love the combat in the game. The combat is a highlight. It's really flashy. It's really chaotic, but strategic at the same time. It's a ton of fun. So to see it actually be on the Switch is quite impressive, really. And it's coming out real soon. It's coming out October 6th. Up next, we have Super Bomberman R2, which I did not expect a sequel after the first Bomberman R. I actually never got around to getting it because I heard very mixed things about it, at least in terms of launch. But then eventually it got better, and then there was Super Bomberman R Online, or Super Bomberman Online. So I'm actually really surprised to see a sequel, but I'm so down for this. I missed out the first time, but I might actually check it out this time around, especially if they have some cool Konami, crossovers like they did in Bomberman R. Up next, we have Mega Man Battle Network Collection, which is pretty amazing. I'm not a huge Mega Man fan. I've actually been playing through the series, starting with the first Mega Man game, so that's been a whole journey. But yeah, Battle Network, that was my first Mega Man game. It was one of the Battle Networks on the GBA, and I don't remember which one it is. I believe it was the first one. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was completely lost. I would get to a certain section of the game and then just not know where to go after that. I think I got lost and, I didn't really know the combat too well. It wasn't clicking with me. Then again, I was pretty young when I played it, but luckily and unfortunately, I have about a year to wait for the release of this because it comes out in next year, which is very surprising for ports. But porting isn't as simple as just moving one game to another console. That is what it is in a sense, but it's not as simple as it sounds. Up next, we have Pac-Man World Repack, which is a remake of Pac-Man World on the PS1. Holy crap, I did not expect this announcement. Honestly, this is one of the highlights only in terms of shock value. I saw it and I was like, wait, is that what I think it is? I didn't even have this on my predictions bingo card, I never expected to see Pac-Man World come back in any shape or form. Will I pick this up when it comes out? Maybe not right when it comes out, but honestly, having this game in my collection sounds really cool. And honestly, the gameplay just looks fun too. I've never played Pac-Man World, and honestly, this just looks really good. This just looks like a fun platformer. Up next, we have Blanc, which is a really interesting looking game. It has this black and white sketch looking 3D art, and wow, does it look incredible. Not only does it look amazing visually, but it seems like it's going to be a very touching story without any text, which I find really interesting. You get to see the expressions and the emotion on these animals' faces, when they encounter some rough patches, I assume. Also, the fact that you can play this game co-op in both local and online is so nice. Honestly, this is the type of game that I would normally get just to play with me and my wife and just play a nice, chill game like this. Watch it be super dark and depressing. Oh my goodness. Up next, we have Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Now, I've played the first Mario plus Rabbids, and I really enjoyed it. For some reason, I dropped it after 3 or 4 worlds. I think I got stuck on a battle or something, and I just dropped it completely. But I loved the adventure up until that point. And honestly, I'm loving the changes I see here. First off, it's not as grid-based as it was in the original, which isn't like a huge deal because it still acts as, the same. It's just, it gives you the freedom to move around instead of in a grid fashion. It makes it seem more open, at least in terms of like combat, than the previous title, which I am okay with. Then they're adding some cool little stuff, like you can tack a bomb and throw it at a crowd of enemies. That's so cool. That, and I love the emphasis on Galaxy. Like, holy crap, I love Galaxy. So to see like star bits and ugly Lumas roaming around, it's so cool. I can't wait for this. Oh, also, we're getting a special live stream tomorrow going over this game in more detail, so that'll be exciting. Luckily, we don't have to wait too much longer. It comes out on October 20th. And then we got Sonic Frontiers, and I'm gonna be honest, I saw this and I was like, oh no. I don't want to see any more right now of Sonic Frontiers. But then it went to the cyber levels. Yeah, I kind of like this. It's this marketing, the marketing of this game has been just so weird, right? Like, Sega doesn't release proper trailers that shows this game off in a better light. Instead, they give like raw footage to IGN and just have it run poorly. It's an older build that they give them, and then they release, or someone somewhere gets footage of the game looking better and running better. And it's like, I don't know what to think of this game. I'm still on the fence, of course, and I'm probably still going to buy it just so I can review it and either love it or hate it, but I will give credit where credit is due. Those cyber levels look really interesting. I love the city one. The city one looks so cool. I wonder if there's going to be, cars that zoom on by sometimes. Honestly, that just looks fun. And I know everyone's complaining about Green Hill Zone being back, but like, it's Green Hill Zone. And this is a Sonic game. Like, people would be mad if Green Hill Zone wasn't featured, It's like, out of all the things to complain about, Green Hill Zone is the last thing. Green Hill Zone has never been the main issue of a Sonic game. That's like minute little problems compared to the, gameplay of Sonic in the past. So yeah, I'm excited to see Green Hill Zone, honestly. And I'm excited to see potentially more cyberspace levels in the future. But yeah, this Switch version does not look great, let me tell you that. I'm definitely going to get this game on something like PS5 or something, because yikes. Dragon Quest Treasures. I cannot wait for this game. And this is coming from someone that thought Dragon Quest XI was okay, it was good. But man, Dragon Quest Treasures looks like a ton of fun. It's like this 3D action platformer, and it just looks so fun. The way the characters, like Eric and Mia, use these monsters to like get up on ledges and glide around the place. Like, I want to see more of this game. I still don't really know like what's going on other than just, collecting treasure. Like, that's cool, but what's the story here? What's the main game? You know what I mean? Like, I hope it's not just going around collecting treasure. I hope there's like some kind of overarching plot, and I expect that there will be, but I do want to see that aspect to the game. Although the announcer did state that you have a base that you can go back to and you can spend your treasure on. You can even expand your base according to what the announcer said, which great. Like, I wish that was shown off in the trailer, but I mean, the fact that it is there, like, that you can go back to a base and stuff and upgrade and, expand your base. I love base building mechanics, so I am here for that. Luckily, that's coming by the end of the year on December 9th. Up next, we have Harvest Stella, which at first I was on a roller coaster with this one because I was like, okay, this is a Harvest Moon style game. It's not for me, right? Just by the name and the look of it all. But then I saw that Square Enix was making it, and I was like, okay, now you got my attention because Square's doing like a Harvest Moon style game. Like, that's a bit interesting. And then it showed combat, and I was like, okay, like this looks cool, and the combat looks fun, and you know, traditional, typical Square Enix combat. You know, you got your magic, swords, and all that stuff. And then there's like this overarching plot, and it's like, wow, like this is like it's not just like a free form, you know, like, oh, live your life kind of thing. I mean, there's that, but there's an actual story to it, which I personally love. Then for me, like the RPG elements, the combat, this just looks like a fun game, and it looks amazing. Like visually, it looks great. So I'll probably be checking this out at some point. Luckily, it comes out relatively soon on November 4th. And last, but certainly not least, we have Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal. Like, yes, please. Unfortunately, I already have Persona 5 Royal, and I'm not quite there to, you know, triple dip because I already got the vanilla Persona 5, so I don't think I'm going to be purchasing Royal. However, Persona 4, I might be getting into that. Of course, I want to beat Persona 5 Royal before I even touch 4. But the fact that they're releasing, you know, these Persona games finally on the Switch, it feels like forever since Joker was introduced in Smash and everyone was like, okay, so when is Persona 5 going to be making it on the Switch? And then it didn't happen until now. Like, we got a Persona 5 spin-off game, but we didn't actually get the proper Persona 5 game. So it's really cool to finally get these games on Switch. And other platforms too, but come on now. Switch. Like, these are perfect for Switch. I mean, come on. 2 of the games were actually portable games, so it makes sense to have Persona 5 Royal also a portable game now. And that about has it. Let me know down below what your favorite game out of this presentation was. For me personally, it's tough, right? Because there's some of these games I knew they were going to be in here. You know, brand new. Like, I didn't know I wanted this until now. Honestly, Harvest Stella was brand new, right? Like, we didn't know this prior. And honestly, the more I see it, the more I want to play this game. And that's so weird because normally this game would not be on my list. But I think it's the fact that Square Enix is behind it, and it has a story, and the combat looks great. Like, because I do like things like Stardew Valley, but then I get bored of it after a while, you know, after I complete certain tasks and stuff. So, like, if this has a story, then I'm going to be, you know, motivated to actually complete that story. I guess another pick for me would be Dragon Quest Treasures, because honestly, like, I figured it would be in this direct, but man, to see more of this game, I'm so stoked. I just want to play this game now. I will be honest though, I was disappointed to not see certain games on here. For one, the Pixel remasters, and I know we got some Square games in this direct already, but those Pixel remasters, man, get those things off of PC already. Get them on the Switch ASAP. Like, I want to play old school Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 6, because I heard that was one of the best. That, and I was hoping for some Dragon Quest X news, specifically the offline version, because for those that don't know, there's an online version of Dragon Quest X and an offline. Offline has yet to be announced to be localized, so the offline for Dragon Quest X, like, why else would they make it, you know? This is the perfect time to release it in the West, because the East already has Dragon Quest X online, but this is the perfect opportunity to release Dragon Quest X offline to the West. So yeah, I was hoping for both of those announcements, and like Hollow Knight Silksong, I was hoping for a release date for that one. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this direct. I mean, obviously we're gonna get a mainline direct in the future, sometime this year. But in terms of like what they showed off here in this partner showcase, it was honestly pretty stellar. There's a good lineup here. I think there's something for everyone in this list. So let me know down below again what your favorite games were in this presentation. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. God bless.